take a bow.
6-time champion of the world.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Apprentice League. We're here in a brand new season with clearly a new qualifying format. We have got a 3-minute timed session here in the new season of Apprentice League, and for the first time in a good couple seasons, more than 6 drivers. We've got 14 people on the grid with a ghosted qualifying 3-minute sessions aside the grid. I'm also joined once again by perchance the worst commentator in UR2T history, Mr. Flicks. Hello.
Worst commentator is a bit of a stretch, you know, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited actually because of the quali and yeah. So yeah.
Thanks for that input, Flicks. We have got currently Petal on pole, the returning Georgian driver, I believe, with Kozio, who I didn't realise is making his PC debut, along with Tomasi, who I believe is returning. Polak is here, David MC is making his debut, Mystic is making his debut, and Esme is making his debut as well, along with some returning drivers. We've got Petal. BK is stepping in for Raikar this season, so getting a bit of practice in Apprentice League. I actually thought they were banned, but clearly not. Who is on a good lap currently? It looks... I can't see that because this isn't qualifying. Esme is not new. Okay, Esme is not new, I can confirm.
Wait, but have y'all not seen Petal, the only guy with a sub?
Yeah, this is Apprentice League, so don't be expecting crazy times from this quali session. I need to remember and actually screenshot it so I know the order. We've got Ricky Boy. Will this finally be his season? After about 10 of them, we will wait and see, with some interesting lines through that hairpin. It's currently Petal with a 35.8 predictions for this race, Mr. Flicks.
I mean, if you're being realistic, Petal most likely will win and take pole position. Although this is Q1, so you know, if he does make it, maybe he will mess up his laps.
Who's going to tell him there's no Q2?
There is no Q2, yeah. So basically, what I want to say is, yeah, time quali. I mean, it seems like nobody's really near him as of now.
Yeah.
Ricky only has a 36. Oh, but Kozio, no clue who that is, but with a 36, that's
He's
all.
a mobile driver who's came up, so we'll see.
You see, we have to stop bringing mobile drivers because I swear to God, they just come and dominate the leagues for no reason whatsoever. So, okay, yeah, that's Mystic for
that
you.
Is my driver. That is my driver, ladies and gentlemen, and that is Petal, who looks to be taking pole by 0.3 of a second. He's dominated this qualifying session completely here in Portimão, and it looks like that will be the finishing order, with Kozio in second and Ricky Boy in third. Flicks, I'll let... It was Petal who took pole position here in round 1, with Kozio on debut in P2. Following them, it was Ricky, Punk, Axis, BK, Polak and Alex Drozdov in the top 8. Following them, it was Esme, Gale Prad, David, MC, Mystic, Andy and Thomas rounding out the grid in P14. Well, then we're on the grid and ready to start Season 17 Apprentice League. That is Petal on pole, Kozil in P2 and Ricky in P3. No more delay, we are on our way in Portugal. That is a good start from the mobile graduate Kozil into turn 1. He has gotten P1. Petal round the outside into turn 3, and that is chaos behind. That is 3 Red Bulls into the wall. There should only be 2. That is my mistake for not starting that before. That is Access pushed out on to the gravel by Polak up at the top. It is still Petal, who leads the way, Kozil in P2, and the same qualifying order with Ricky in P3. BK has made up positions at the start as well. Petal is making his gap substantial out in P1. The slipstream is much less this season, so they will not get the slip benefits here. Petal weaving a little bit to make sure Kozil was getting none of that slip with the ping difference as well. I will change the board in a second if I remember how to. There we go. That is Petal. Why is it not showing names? There we go. Petal leading the way in P1 with some great lines. Then it's the two V-carb cars, Kozil and Ricky in P2 and P3. They have fully broken away from this pack. Gilprad up into P8, Alex Drozdov up into P6, and Polak in P7. What a start, Flicks.
I mean, it's kind of crazy knowing Axis from last season when I saw it. He might be the most unluckiest driver in AL.
Absolutely, he's one of those drivers that is so clean it actually pains him, and that is Andy making a mistake there as well. Down at the back, Tomas is 10 seconds back on lap 2. I'm not too sure what happened there, maybe a mistake at the start, or stall at the start, as BK has gotten ahead of Ricky Boy. Ricky Boy seems to have all the pace, but just too many mistakes. Anytime we see him in a season, he's always one of the favourites. Will he do it this season, do you reckon?
I mean, looking at last season, right?
You can just say no.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if Petal is not banned, I do see Petal winning the title this season, if it didn't happen last season, because last season he was already dominant. So if he doesn't win this season, then I genuinely have no clue what is happening.
Yeah, oh, that is a massive mistake from Petal. He went wide out of turn 4, that is. I need to get corner numbers up, and Kozil takes the lead. He is a mobile driver, I believe from Belgium, however I might just be talking. No, he's not, he's Czech? Someone tell me. I have no idea. Kozil leads the race, Kozil leads the race on the medium tyres. The mediums seem to be very good, however Gilprad is up into P6 from P10 on those soft tyres. Mystic in P8. They are the two brand new ZipX drivers coming into the season, both very new to the game. Absolute no bias whatsoever. Alex Drozdov, one of the most experienced drivers on the grid, up in P8. He's had a decent start to this race. He's one of those drivers that is still learning the track by lap 18. Axis in P7. He's made up a couple positions as well. Gilprad going wide out of turn 6, I believe that is, and Axis takes P6 from him. BK in P5. That is Punk in P4. He's gotten ahead of BK, and Ricky has gained more time on Kozil, who is left, or been left, sorry, by Petal, who's now regained the lead. I don't believe, let me find out. No, look at that slipstream difference now. That slipstream difference is so small compared to last season. It is almost half. In fact, it looks less than half, honestly. And that is Punk and Ricky nowhere near the slipstream, however could have a decent fight going on into the later stages of this race. Gilprad has seemed to have secured himself P7. Hopefully no commentators. Oh my god, that is Polak, Mystic, and Alex Drozdov all off the track. Let me turn that off because that's quite horrible to look at. Which has allowed Esme, who's apparently a returning driver, back into the fight with the Russian of Alex Drozdov. Down the inside, cuts the grass, both of them into the grass, both of them into the other grass, and they have lost about 3 seconds to the cars ahead. Welcome back to Apprentice League, ladies and gents. Mystic into the pits, Gilprad into the pits. They're two drivers on the 2-stop strategy. Will that come into play? The mediums have looked very solid, so it is looking maybe unlikely, which has got me fearing a little bit for both of the soft tyre runners who have opted for the 2-stop Axis in a world of his own in P6, 5 seconds ahead of Polak somehow. Polak is having an unbelievable race. He is doing insane out there. He came into this race in typical Polak style thinking he was going to come last. He's up in 7th. What is going on, Flex? Has he been in like the one-time server or something getting hints, or do you reckon he's just on some sort of steroids?
To be fair, 3 people in front of him have pitted, so he would have been P10. So
enjoy your moment in the commentary, Polak. There is Ricky and Punk. This was a rivalry we saw deep into last season, and two drivers that are not all that fond of each other. As Punk hits the pit wall, that is not the optimal pit entrance, no matter what he will tell you. Ricky is 4 seconds off the back of Petal now. So Ricky seems to be well and truly out of the fight for the win. However, Petal on the overcut on the medium. Wait, Kozil pit? because he'll put onto hards. You can 100% do mediums. 9 mediums last and 9 quite nice. There's Thomas out there, I believe on debut, having a bit of a torrid time, but as long as he's enjoying himself, he is having a great time there, out on track by his own, just getting some laps in, getting some experience in, and doing somewhat solid for his debut. That's Petal into the pits. Where will he come out? Will he come out ahead of Kozil? Yes, he does, by a decent margin as well, about 3 or 4 times the slipstream distance there. That is David MC down in P13. He was hyped up to do great things coming into this AL and even JL season by his friend in real life, I believe, Ricky Boy. However, maybe not to be for the Hungarian driver, I think. He is Hungarian.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, because I thought that Kozil would undercut Pedal and Kozil were going to be like next to him.
Yeah.
But it does seem like Pedal did come out in front of him, and of course Pedal's going to have better tires till the end, so I do not see Pedal now winning the race at this rate.
This
as
is
he
looking
will
like
have
a
better
Petal
tires
landslide right now. However, he's not racing all races this season unless he gets the love for it again, because he retired for a little while. It was almost a forced retirement from certain people in the UR2D server, but he's back in support of helping his team Raikar. ER from him in JL wants a bit of experience in AL. Will this make him come back full time, realising that he can absolutely dominate it? We will need to wait and see. This is looking like we could have a fight for the podium between Punk, BK and Ricky. 3 drivers that do not tend to leave a lot of space for any competitors they come up against. That is Ricky lapping his friend David MC. Never mind, he makes a mistake that lets BK back into the fight. It is Turkey versus Netherlands. BK goes for the switchback, does not work. Ricky brake check? I'm not German. Brake checks the Turkish driver, and Punk is now back into the fight. I'm going to get rid of that so we don't see the ghosted car, and that seems to be the ghosted car of David, making a mistake. Jesus Christ, holding up BK, and that has allowed Punk to get through. I cannot speak.
Yeah, if you look at the gap between Pedal and Kozil, it has been decided already. The gap just
congrats,
got
Pedal. Oh no, that's a that was almost a massive lag rocket there. But yeah, you are very much right. It seems like the win and podium could have, top 2 have definitely been decided. Podium, will Ricky make any mistakes? Will he be able to take any solace and gain a load of time off of the fact that these 2 drivers are fighting and making a bunch of mistakes here? They're not even getting pushed off by the trailer, they just seem to be under a lot of pressure from each other. However, Ricky still not finding his way to breakaway. That is Andy Lovefin coming at the pits on lap 14. Just further back, that is BK looking for a move down the inside. Punk, we know he will not let that happen. He pushes BK into the grass. BK goes into the grass himself, or herself, I think. Punk still catching Ricky throughout all this fighting as well, which seems very interesting. Ricky not doing all that great out there. However, he's still in P3. That was Thomas in the wall out of turn like 13. What was going on there? I have no idea. He was backwards in that wall. He seems to have stayed out very long on those soft tires.
To be fair, no, go on.
No, there's nothing to commentate on right now. Go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, to be fair, Ricky has not really had a bad race, but then you look at the guys in front of him, they are definitely on a different level of pace. So I feel like Ricky could have a good season, but I don't think he's going to be Kozil or Pedal.
Absolutely. However, the attendance of those 2 drivers could be interesting to see, as BK makes a big mistake there, has lost the slip. It is now a fight between Ricky and Punk for the 3rd place of the podium, and Kozil is catching a little bit over those last couple laps. However, with 2 laps to go and 3 seconds to gain, it seems a little bit of a futile effort from the Belgian driver? Maybe? I don't know. Czech driver. I think I got it right the first time. Punk is on. Now he is in the slipstream of Ricky. Ricky goes wide. You made the good point. He has not done anything wrong this race, but has he done much right? Not really, but he has stayed on the track, which has gotten them in that P3 position. But Punk looks pretty fast out there. He will be going for a move into turn 2, no doubt. Down the inside, Ricky trying to defend, trying to push him as close to that pit wall as he can. Punk going too wide. That is too wide on both of their screens. Ricky pushed wide a little bit, and Punk has the position. That is a great move from the Russian driver. Ricky, will he go down the inside? Of course he will. It's Apprentice League, and this is Ricky Boy. This is going to be a great fight until the end. Ricky pushed a little bit wide into the gravel there. Punk goes deep into the sand, and Ricky is back through into P3. That is Thomas in the top wall, it looks like. Is that David or is that Thomas? I have no idea. Ricky down the inside once again. Punk trying to go around the outside. Does not get the move down there. Going too wide into the final lap. That is Peto sealing his victory on this race on the final lap. That is Ricky. Oh, he's weaving a little bit. He's doing some Yuki Tsunoda stuff there. Punk down the inside once again. It seems like a dead set on move. Down into turn 2. Down the inside with the slipstream. Ricky just fails out of that one a little bit. Punk and Ricky both go wide there. That is Kozil and Peto on their way to get 1 and 2. Punk makes another mistake at the same corner. Ricky through on him. Ricky seems to have the edge, but up at the top it is going to be Peto who wins the debut race of season 17. Kozil in P2, and it is a fight for the end. Ricky goes down the inside, or tries to at least, gets pushed very wide, goes down the inside with a slipstream, but it is going to be Punk who gets it. Well, then that is the race done, and it was Peto who took the debut win of season 17. Then Kozil in P2, making it the same way that they started the race. Punk in P3, Ricky just missing out on a podium in P4, followed by BK, Axis, Polak, Gail Prad, Alex Drozdov and Esme in the top 10, followed by Mystic, Andy, David MC and Tomasi rounding out the grid. And that is it then for round 1, season 17 of Apprentice League. Join us next time in Czech Republic for the Brno GP. Until then, adios.